Bronny James was born on October 6, 2004. In that same year, LeBron was averaging 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. Fast forward to today, those numbers haven't changed much, except now they're both teammates. This shows how LeBron's consistency in stats proves he's still at the top of his game, untouched by aging. But can these numbers really paint the whole picture? Is LeBron still playing like he did at the beginning of his career? Well, let's look at the numbers.
Truth is, I've been asking myself this question at the end of the season for a couple years now.
LeBron James is without a doubt the most consistent player the league has ever seen, especially when it comes to stats. In fact, he is the only one of 6 players in NBA history who have played 21 seasons and averaged more than 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. Curious about the others? They were Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett, Vince Carter, Robert Parrish, and Kevin Willis. Now to give you much more better perspective, here are those players' points per game made in each seasons of their career. It's pretty clear that everyone just has similar trajectory. First it begins going up, then hit their primes, and then slowly decline. Except of course, if you are named LeBron James. Now that type of consistency is out of this world. But if this already blows your mind, well, get ready, because it gets even crazier than that. As this man even managed to improve his shooting efficiency throughout the years, from only making 29% of his three-point shots to having a respectable 35% shooting from deep, and then continuing that same output to having a whopping 40% three-point field goal on 2012-13 season, then again back to his usual performance revolving around 35% field goal, and then now averaging a career high of 41% shooting behind the line. I mean, this is just unbelievable. Now you there might be thinking, this is not what we wanted to see from this video. We're expecting proofs that LeBron is aging. Well, my dear viewer, here it is. Since the beginning of his career, LeBron has been one, if not the most productive player to ever touch the ball, breaking multiple records, being the youngest who had ever done almost anything possible in the court. And especially when it comes to scoring, James is like no one else. Because this man was the youngest player to had ever reached the first 1,000 points mark. Oh, and also the 2,000 points mark, the 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, and every single 1,000-point marker up to his current count of more than 40,000 points. But beside his incredible productivity, it can never hide the fact that he is slowly declining. Because if we just turn everything around and look at his total points made from a different angle, then in that way, it becomes crystal clear that his numbers are indeed depleting. In fact, here's a line graph that represents LeBron's total points made every season. First, he begins his career with a total of 1,600 points, and then hit his prime, and then continue that crazy output until 2017-18 season. After that is the beginning of LeBron's aging catching up. He maybe recover a bit last season, but still, it's not the same productivity as how it was in the past. And if this is not clear enough, here's his average total points made every year in his first 15 years in the NBA. And on his last recent 6 seasons in the league, here's what it looks like: a complete drop-off from his usual performance. Additionally, this is not the only stat that represents LeBron's graceful decline, but also in the other aspect of the game. James has been lacking on defensive end these past few years, not compared to Luka or Jason Tatum, but at least compared to himself. Well, here's the total blocks and steals LeBron made throughout his illustrious career. Wonder how I've come up with these numbers? Well, I just simply added his total steals and blocks made every year. For example, in his rookie year, James made a total of 130 steals and 58 blocks, which automatically gives him a total count of 188 points on that season. Now, it's pretty clear that after 2017-18 season, LeBron's numbers are slowly reducing. In fact, you don't even have to see any numbers to know this, because by just watching the game, you can already understand that the king is getting old. Like, look at this play. Instead of stopping the drive, he just moved out of the way and give the opposing side an easy point. I'm not saying LeBron can't play for at least 5 more years in the NBA, or that he's not literally better than 95% of players in the league. But what I'm saying is that even though how good LeBron is, there is no denying his elderly is getting back on him. Thank you for watching, and as always, it's been a pleasure having you here.
The day I can't give the game everything on the floor is the day I'll be done. Lucky for you guys, that day is not today.